Susan Thursday Magical You special. So that was a hard one to get out. I'm going to wait for the algorithms to kick in, let people know we are going live. If you know of anybody who is like, oh, I'm not into, I hate my body, I don't know what I'm doing, I've got the Corona 10. You know how when you go to college, they call it the freshman 15? How many people are home right now and they're complaining because they don't know what to do about their body, right? They've got the night feed eats. I've got clients who have said to me, I don't know what happens at night. I'm gaining weight, I'm eating all this food. I have other clients who are picking up everybody else's desires for food. Those people that have food, those people that don't have food. Hey, Julia, welcome, welcome. So, just letting the algorithms kick in. There's so much to play with today. And so if you know of anyone who you're saying, hey, they should be in on this, tag them. Tell them, come on in here. Hey, Patricia, welcome, welcome. Hey, tell us where you're from. We have an international community. I'm just going to have a sip of tea. And we will get going. Good morning, Patricia. I'm playing with you all from Montreal today, and I guess yesterday, and right now for the future. How does it get any better? Thank you, Zoom. Thank you, Facebook. So grateful. As I work with clients around the world, I am so grateful for the internet and being able to reach out to all of you in this special way. Julia's from Romania. Yay! Okay, we're gonna get going here. This topic was suggested by one of our Magical You members who pops in every Thursday, and it was like, hey, can you talk about bodies, Susan? Yeah. Well, you know, maybe you don't know this about me. I traveled around the world for about 12 years facilitating energetic healings, hands-on body work with classes, and one of the things that I know for myself is I've always been aware that this is a gift, right? We're actually not in our body. Hey, Rosanna, some people have a point of view that they are in their body. You are an infinite being, an infinite magical being with infinite capacities. You actually chose a body, right? You as an entity chose a body in this lifetime. You could have chosen bodies in other lifetimes too. You chose this body. So you came into this body with all the lifetimes of information into this body. And then you came into this world, into this family, wherever you came into, and you are like, wow, body. Yay! Oh, look, I can play with it, I can touch it, and it feels good, and it feels wet, and I know when I'm hungry. And then you try to transmit this information to people who unfortunately are not willing to hear. So we have this magical capacity, this amazing, like, oh yeah, bodies that we were born with. And we choose a family, for the most part, that actually isn't willing to recognize this magical being that knows what their body wants, desires, craves, right? So we're told what to do with our bodies. We're told who we look like. As soon as you're born, you look like your mother, your father, your aunt, your uncle. You have somebody's nose. I'm laughing because Patricia said, beautiful necklace, your body loves it. Thank you so much. I went into a bead emporium right near us a couple of months ago, and I forget the name of this stone, but my body just vibrated to it. And this is a pearl I bought years ago with my 10% savings. Everything I generate, all the income I have, I take 10% and put it away. And then it sits right in my thymus, and my body loves it. And I asked today, body, show me what you'd like to wear. Let's create some magic. And that's what my body chose. So thank you. That's just an example, thanks Patricia, of being present with our body, right? So let's just digress a second. So we go through our early childhood years being told what our bodies are supposed to do, how they're supposed to be, what they're supposed to look like, when they're supposed to sleep, what they're supposed to eat. And we're constantly told, you don't know. right? You, the being, does not know what the body wants. I will show you, right? So you start to forget that you came here as magic, right? Yet you know there's something greater. Like, how many of you have always known there was something greater? Right? So having this information is something that we forget. So we lose the clarity on who we be, what we be, and how we be. And instead we bring this body into the present with a story, right? So as long as you tell yourself a story about your body, you're actually referring to the past. Right? How many of you have been told, oh, you've got big bones like your mother or father. Oh, you've got so-and-so's DNA, right? You'll get cancer because, like, my mom had varicose veins, and the first job I got was as a shop girl. And she said, oh, you better put support stockings on. You've got veins, you've got legs just like me. And you need those support stockings. And I wore those support stockings through pregnancy, through everything. And guess what? I created legs just like her with lots of varicose veins, right? Because I kept hearing my environment was based on repetition. We're based on an environment, for the most part, that has repetition of a story about your body. Right? You have your mother's legs. So I kept hearing that repeated, and I became, with my body, what I was told I was going to be. So that's taking something from the past, a story from the past, and implanting it into the future. And as you repeat that, as you hear that repetition, you take that right into the future. Are you with me? Is this making sense here? Let me see some thumbs up or... as this is not a dialogue or monologue, I just reminded myself it's conversation. Please come in with your presence. Please come in with your questions. I wanted to set up a little bit of the how we are generally raised, how this reality raises us, so that we can move into a little bit more of how we are, who we are, and what we are as magic. But it's important because it eliminates all those questions of, well, how I always, right? I never. How many of us created a false sense of intimacy by creating our bodies, Julia says yes, by creating our bodies just like our parents. So that it was the only way you could actually be received. Hey, Deborah. Is if you created your body to look like someone else in your family. After my mom passed away, people would come up to me and say, oh, you look just like your mother. I actually don't. But for them, that's how they chose to see me. Right? So anywhere you buy someone else's point of view that keeps being repeated at you as true and real, well, everybody's saying it must be true. You have the capacity to shape shift, to become that. Right? Have you ever seen a dad walking down the street, maybe a dad that's very, very round, and he kind of swaggers as he walks, and then there's a little 5-year-old who's also very, very round and swaggers as they walk? Biomimetic mimicry, being told you're just like your dad, right? How much do we... See, that's how magical we are. We have the capacity to change who we be, what we be, and how we be, to imitate or mimic someone else who keeps telling us we're just like that person. Isn't that amazing? Right? So what it is as long as you keep repeating your story, your body is like a cute, sweet little puppy dog, and your body says, oh, you want that story? Okay. So if you look in the mirror and you see some pounds, or you see this, or you see that, and that's all you look for, all your body gets is, oh, you want those pounds, you want that, you want this. So what I'd like to play with you today is the willingness to shift and change who we be, what we be, and how we be, and start acknowledge the magic we are and the magical bodies that we came here with and that have always been here. Right? So as this is a time of stress for a lot of people, being self-quarantined, when we buy stress as true and real, what we do is we stop that connection with our body. Other hormones kick in. And we stop this innate homeostasis that we have of growth and change and renewal, right? Because your body becomes knocked out of balance. Now every time, oh, there's an entity here because it keeps like going, hey, I'm here. Okay, well, come on in. Join the crowd. Every time we imitate or repeat that this is stressful, our body's listening and our body's like, oh, you want stress? Okay, we can do that. Like somebody called me today and they said, I've had this pain in my right side. I don't know what it is. Because as somebody who has worked with bodies, that's also what I do with my clients. Like I am committed to creating a buffet for my clients, right? So I use coaching tools, I use energetic body work, whatever that is required in the moment, that's where we go. But some of you know that because you have been clients of mine. And for those of you who are interested, this is what I'm dedicated to, right? This is what I'm committed to. So don't hold back. Reach out for me and let's see what we could create as the magical being you truly be. With what isn't working for you to take you from stuck to unstoppable. And unstoppable is where the magic is. That is who you be, right? So when she said, I've got this pain on the right side, I asked, is there anything that you're trying to make right? She said, yeah. I was talking with my boyfriend and I was telling him how great this dinner party was going to be, and because it's my favorite part of the year, and it wasn't. And oh yeah, that's I was trying to make my point of view right. Oh, and as she's discussing it with me, I said, so how's that right side? Better, worse, or the same? She goes, completely gone. Right? That's the magic of who we be. We implant information into our bodies, right? And then like a point of view, a stress point, a desire to be like somebody else. And then it throws our body out of balance, right? And then a body grows, it doesn't stop. So what I'm asking you to do is to shift and change. If your thoughts can make you sick, can make you repeat, can make you anything, I wonder what it would be like if you actually let go of those thoughts and stepped into the magic of who you be and started, what's the word I'm looking for? Started it's started being the vibration of what you're asking to be. Because if you're willing to be that vibration and let your body know, changing it up, not buying the stories anymore, it's amazing how your body will shift and change. So any questions, anything popping for people? One of the things that one of my clients said to me is, I'm eating all night. And I asked, did you ever ask the question, who are you eating for? Right? As empaths, we have the capacity to pick up other people's thoughts, other people's feelings, other people's emotions, other people's needs, wants, and desires. So how many of us are aware of that and then go to food as a way to stuff it down? Because you are aware doesn't mean you have to do anything. You can. It's about acknowledging the awareness of like, I'm receiving a whole bunch of information that has nothing to do with creating anything greater in my life and my living. So it's the willingness to vibrate to the magic of who you be. Once you're willing to vibrate in that magical way, so does your body. Right? So one of the things that I've noticed is my hip goes out. And I was talking to a physiotherapist, and they said, go get some x-rays. It sounds like arthritis or calcium or whatever. Well, okay. In where we're living now in self-isolation, as I walk around, whenever I get this intensity, I'll talk to the bones and I'll wrap them in cartilage. I'll wrap them in ligaments so that they don't scrape against each other anymore. And what you put your mind on is what you create. Right? So I energetically go to those spots where the hip interlocks with the bone and I wrap it in what it requires, and there is no more pain anymore. How is that possible? You are what you think. Your body is what you've decided you think it should be. So, questions? Anything popping for people? Maybe this will be a short one. I don't know. For me, it's a lifelong adventure. I chose a body. I chose to live with my body. I chose to enjoy my body. Again, if you're reacting to your environment in the same way as everybody else is, especially right now, what do you mean by that? If you're picking up other people's thoughts and feelings and you're transmuting that into your body, if you are decided that you have to live in stress, which stops the homeostasis, right? We are particles, right? We're particles. That's what we are. I always say we're like thousands and thousands and trillions of moving cells wrapped in some skin we call a body, and we choose to see it as a body. Right? So, if you're reacting to your environment that in a way that's stressful, you're telling your body, this is how I want to react. How do you change that? You take the old habit of rehearsing your stories and you create a new one. Right? What's the new habit? Who am I today? And what grand and glorious adventure can my body and I do, have, create, change, choose, instill, and instigate? Your body's your best friend. That's the magic of who you be. You created this body. So, I'm going to check on my, I'm not sure, usually there's questions here. Maybe there's no questions at all. I'm going to check what's going on Ask Susan. Hi, Rebecca. And this could be short and sweet because there don't seem to be any comments or questions. Here we go, Patricia. Thank you. Isolation has been quite interesting for me. Sit with my body throughout the day and connect. Not something that I've done before. Kind of took it for granted. Yay. Cool. Yeah. It's about, and I love the way you said sit with it and connect. Because we're told to like rush our body, like exercise your body, diet your body. There's no magic there. That's buying this reality, taking the environment that you've decided is true and real, and trying to match the vibration. Rather than choosing and asking your body, how would you like to play today? What would you like to do? How would you like to move? There's somebody, it's called the 7-minute workout. And every once in a while, as I'm flicking through Facebook, she comes on. And it's so much fun. She just moves with her body in a fun way. And I'm like, oh, body, do you want to do that? Sometimes my body says yes. Sometimes it says no. It's about being present. Whether or not you're choosing to be comfortable with what you know, or sit with, as you just so beautifully put, with the magic of who you be and have a conversation with your body. Brilliant. Rosanna, we could wrap our brains with awareness so we can let go of emotional eating. Can wrap our brains with awareness so we can let go of emotional eating. Okay. Awareness is. Okay. What I'm asking you to do is let go of the story. Emotional eating is just a story. Right? We buy stories that aren't comfortable, that aren't true, that aren't real. It's a story, right? And then when we become aware of actually this doesn't work for me, this doesn't work for my body, but everybody's saying it's true, we tend to shove that awareness down. How do we do it? Some people do it with alcohol, some people do it with food, some people do it with over-exercising. There's all different ways, right, that we shove it down. Why do we shove it down? Because when we were very young and we told people our awarenesses, they told us, be quiet. You can't possibly know that about your body. And so we learned to just keep it down, right? I was brought up in a family where there's a lot of arguing at the table. And I would just keep eating. As long as I just kept eating, nobody would ask me a question and I'd be complimented for eating, being a good eater, right? Of course, I was like 4x4. That was my way of dealing with it. One of my other brothers was very similar. Another brother was skinny, 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 because he loved to argue and debate and all of that stuff. So he didn't look to food for that, right? So food became what I knew would keep people away from me. Oh, she's busy eating, right? So how many of you, let me know, Rosanna, if this makes sense, right? It's the awareness of, oh, that's a habit. Does it actually work for me? It's not like, I don't know, I just can't stop. That's a story that you're told yourself about having a body, right? And then what do? We look in the mirror and judge our bodies. Nice body, good body. No. There's no magic allowed for that. Rosanna, let me know if this assists you and for everybody else. It's not about wrapping your brains around anything. It's about letting go of the story. Just going to pick up my notes again. Letting go of the story that you're telling yourself. And one of the things you can do is ask, who am I eating this for? Oh, body, would you like this? Body says no. Oh, okay. Body says yes. Oh, okay. Who am I eating this for? Right? Maybe your body says, you're eating it for me. Maybe your body says, there are starving people all around the world. Are you eating it for them? We're taught, for the most part, my mom, when the kids were fighting in the back, she'd say, oh, for God's sake, give them a cookie. So we're taught that food is a nurturing, but we're not taught that what food is made up is nurturing. We're just taught the idea of eating is nurturing. And that's as long as if you don't change your environment, and your environment could be the way you think, the way you be, it could be your physical environment, it could be your emotional environment. If you don't change that habit of relying on that story, where's the magic with you and your body? Where's the connection? Where's the symbiosis? Yeah. So every time you tell yourself a story about your body, you are reaffirming the past. Right? My target today is to ask you to become conscious, not wrap your brains around something, but become conscious that you actually chose a body. You, the infinite being, chose a body, this body, right? And that the more conscious you become, the anti-consciousness dissipates. It just disappears. You're not repeating that story anymore, right? Cool. So what would you have to change is my question. Julia, boldness from grandma. Something from mother. Great time to shift change. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Hey, Janice. It's about shifting and changing. And, for those of you who have heard me on Ask Susan, I'm always saying, take an old habit. Don't judge it. Let it go. And how do we do that? By creating a better habit, right? The habit of visualizing who you want to be, what you want to be, and how you want to be with your body. And then really being that. Even if it's just 10 seconds a day. Because those 10 seconds will create a different story. And then it'll be 20 seconds and 30 seconds. Like every time I get that intensity in my hip, I stop, I visualize the bones, I wrap them in ligaments and cartilages and all the good stuff. And it's like, oh, that was easy. Right? I think I'll do more of that. Because it's telling the body, oh, can we change this? Rather than, oh, do I have to have a hip operation? And blah, 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 blah. Change your environment and you change you. That's the magic of who you be, and that's this magical body. It changes. Your body changes every 7 years. All the cells and organs and everything, they change every 7 years. Isn't it interesting that we recreate what we had? We forgot. Oh, we're magic. It's not required. Deborah, I get stress in solar plexus area, and I ask, is it mine or somebody else's? If it is mine, what could I do? Great. Thank you, Deborah. You could ask, who am I holding on to this for? Right? Stress is not real. Let me say that again. Stress is not real. What we do is we make a point of view significant. Right? And then we internalize it. We make a point of view significant, and we make it so significant. When you make something significant, it becomes a rock, right? You press on it. It becomes heavy, it becomes a rock, and then we internalize it. That's the magic of the body. The body does not have a point of view. It's like, oh, you want to take this on? Okay, let me show you what's going on. The body gives you information. So you could ask, when it comes back that it's yours, you could ask, oh, so what is this? How many lifetimes have I taken on someone else's stress? Woo, there we go. So truth, how many lifetimes have you taken on someone's stress? Woo. Yeah. I guess a fair amount of you. And everywhere you're holding it into your body, would you be willing to let it go? So just go in, and you are quantum particles, that's what we are, and just shift the particles and let it go. And let it go. And let it go. Yeah. Deborah, let me know how that is. Rosanna has thumbs up and a heart. Janie, I learned as an adult only the difference between nourishing the body instead of just feeding it. Important to think about daily. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's brilliant. And the other thing is your body shifts and changes all the time, right? Most people create an environment of this is good food, this is bad food, this is nourishing food, this isn't nourishing food. Not necessarily, right? For myself, I work with a homeopath once a month. It brings me joy, brings my body joy, and I just became aware my body was allergic to a whole bunch of foods that I had been enjoying all of this time, but my body wasn't enjoying. And when I eliminated those foods, my body's like, okay, now we're running smooth, baby. Thank you, right? Foods change. What foods are made out of change. It's really important to ask, body, is this nourishing for you? Yeah. Rosanna says, yes, creates a better habit. Yeah, create a better habit. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. We are magic, right? I mean, how many of you learned as a child that if you have a cut, you can just put your hand on it and run some body processes? Probably nobody. Deborah says, thank you. I believe you nailed it. Awesome. Thanks for the question, Deborah. We have the capacity to run cellular memory, zero sum of trauma energetically on that cut, on that break, and heal it. Right? These working with the bodies, the magic of the bodies will be the medicine of the future. So people can reach through, right, different dimensions and just heal themselves. That's our future. The first thing is we have to recognize these bodies are our friends. We chose them, and they are the magical future of our lives here on earth in this lifetime. The other thing too is when you get a sense of something that isn't working with your body, ask, what lifetime is this? Right? Is this past, present, or future? What am I aware of here? Body, what am I aware of here? Right? When you get an intensity in your back, you could ask, is there anything I'm hiding behind me that I haven't been willing to be or see? Deborah, you were my body teacher in Fort Lauderdale a few years ago. Awesome. Thank you, Deborah. Thanks. Welcome, Lena. Yes, Florida. That was fun. That was a fun class. Again, your body gives you information all the time. Are you willing to be present with it? Right? That's the question. So, anything else popping for people as we close this up? I'd love to keep these short and sweet. We've had some juicy conversations here. If you're just coming in, go back and re-listen. If you're listening later, press #replay. Again, every time you tell yourself or your body a story about your body, you're reaffirming the past. Right? Dheeraj, what should I ask when it's my teeth troubling me? Ask your teeth. Teeth, do you need to see a dentist? Teeth, is there something I can assist you with? You could ask, is there anything I'm trying to chew? Is there any reality I'm trying to digest and chew that actually isn't real or true? Another one is you could run, just put your hand on that, wherever the tooth hurts, run cellular memory, zero sum of trauma, square root of -1. These are all energetic body processes. And MTVSS, which is muscular transverse balancing sloughing system. You don't have to know what these mean. Say what everything that Susan would say, I'm going to put my hand up here and say. Or write these down as you re-listen, right? We have the capacity to shift our shape, our bodies, what's going on. But it's the willingness for you to change your environment. If you have an environment of judgment, you will be judging your body. If you create an environment of stress, you will take your body off the homeostasis, and you will be out of sync with your body, right? Yes, I do, Deborah. I still do have the pearl earrings. I wear them often. Thank you so much. Yeah, good for you. Dheeraj says thanks. Yeah. Pearls are one of my favorite stones. They come right from the water, just as they are. They don't need to be shifted or changed or anything. And they're a wonderful gift for my body. Again, it's about being willing to ask body, show me what you want to wear, show me what would nurture you, show me what would nourish you, show me what we require. Your body is packed with information. Don't pack it with judgment. Right? Your body is magical. You're just not taught that when you come into this body on this planet in this time. Maybe you were many thousands of years ago. Ooh. How much fun would that be? Janice, my body tells me when it is time to get my bars run, when my teeth feel funny or don't fit in my mouth. Cool. Brilliant. Ask again, your body is filled with information. Let your body be your roadmap. Body, show me where we want to live. Show me how we want to live. Show me what we want to eat. Body, show me what do you require right now. Right? Start having that conversation. That's the new habit. Let go of the habit of story and create this new habit of having a conversation with this magical, magical, magical creation that you created, that you chose. You came here to choose a body. Nice body, good body. Who are we today and how are we going to play? I wonder what else is possible. Okay, Hearts, do we get some value out of this one? I know there are very few people on it. There's lots going on the internet these days. People are having Passover. Some people are getting ready for Easter. Other people are just doing what they do. So if you're watching this on replay, press #replay. Oh, good. I got some hearts on this today. I adore you all. Thank you so much. I love this magical series. It's been such a gift to hear back from all of you. I love it when you private message me or write me. Patricia says, awesome. Thank you. Brilliant, brilliant. Live boldly, love greatly, and be that fearless leader you came here to be. One who is present with their bodies every day in every way, with no judgment. I wonder what that could create. Maybe more magic on the planet for everyone. I will see you on Sunday for Ask Susan Sunday Live. You're welcome, Deborah. Thank you again. I adore you. Bye-bye. Thanks, Rosanna. Yay, thanks. I'm so glad you loved it.